All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 811. I'm your host, GBD, here on Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's going to spend most of the holidays inside a Fortnite, Wombat.
I mean, Winterfest does start tomorrow, and I am off all week next week. Although I'll probably have to work every day anyway, but technically I'm off, so.
The introduction never lies.
Nope.
There's always at least some truth in there.
A sliver of truth in every introduction.
There's a kernel of truth in that, yeah.
At least. Like, it could be 100% true or just a sliver, but there is always some truth there.
Yes, I'm definitely going to appreciate the Fortnite distraction.
Yes, cheers to your... we got some wine.
Is that what the season's
there?
called? Distraction?
Yes, I am drinking, this is blueberry port. It's one of my favorites. I like blueberry port wine.
Blueberry port wine.
Yes, it is a high alcohol volume concentrated port.
I get that. Like most wines are made out of grapes, but you chose blueberries.
Yes, Long Island blueberries. This is a Long Island made blueberry.
I have never had blueberry wine before, I would say.
Oh, I like blueberry wine. I've been
like, so there's no grapes in blueberry?
There is no grapes in this. This is blueberry. Yes, this is blueberry port.
This is news to me.
Oh, it's good. It's a little tart. It tastes
What'd you call me?
It's strong. Yeah. I called you a little tart.
Oh.
But I am a fan, and it's sometimes you need a little something to soothe the soul.
Soothe the something.
It's blueberry port.
Delicious.
Thank you.
You don't Shipwreck is skeptical that blueberry wine is a thing.
I've just never had blueberry wine
the first time I ever had blueberry wine was in Maine, which is basically, where you're going to find blueberry wine, because that's like where blueberries
Is this just because these regions don't have grapes? What's going on here with this wine?
No, I mean, there are a lot of vineyards on Long Island, but this vineyard just happens to make a blueberry port in addition to its other grape-based wines. And I'm a fan of ports in general.
Okay.
And when my wife and I went to the vineyard on her birthday this year, and we were like, "Oh, blueberry port! I bet that's good." And it comes in like a fancy, like long, slim port bottle, and I'm like, "Let's get that." And then when we were out holiday shopping for booze gifts last weekend, we saw the bottle in the store again, and I'm like, "Let's get that because it's good stuff." You know what it goes really well with? Vanilla
pancakes.
Ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream and blueberry port is a good combination.
Especially if you want to vomit.
Yeah.
If you have
I'm not having
how
ice cream.
thick is it? Like
it's not quite a syrup. Like you can kind of see it. It's not syrup thick. It's still a liquid.
Still pretty thick though.
But it is, it's definitely thicker than your average wine. Yeah. That's why you sip it. It's like it's a port. It's for dessert.
You should get that on a t-shirt, by the way, Wombat.
Yeah.
Thicker than the average wine.
That's me. Thicker than the average wine. It's good. I mean, what am I gonna do? What are you drinking there? Was that bourbon?
Water.
That's bourbon. That is bourbon. I have the advent calendar of bourbon.
What's today?
This one's made out of old tires, actually.
Yeah. No, so it came with, like, my bourbon calendar came with like a little like notebook that I could take notes on each bourbon, and then like I'm supposed to look up to see which bourbon is which. I've kind of fallen off my duties there. Like I literally just opened it up and went like, this is a little bottle of bourbon. I'm gonna pour it in here and I'm gonna enjoy it. And
wait, what are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to like note which bourbon it is and like talk about how oaky it is, or
you're not even rating it from like a scale of 1 to 10 or anything like that.
No. I don't have time to do that. I just need to drink it.
But okay, that's fair. But let's say, so how many are there?
24. Most advent calendars come with 24.
Dude, Jew.
I've seen some that are 12.
I know you're a big Jew.
I've seen some that are 12.
No, 12 is like a cheap man's advent calendar. It's like we brought like 12 pairs of socks, right? Like, no, you're supposed to start at the beginning of December. You've got 24 little boxes to open.
Okay.
And so I get a little I don't know, 2 fingers worth of bourbon every you like that 2 fingers? PP, is that what you're interested
I was just hoping you're warmed up first.
Of bourbon like every
Right.
day until Christmas.
So okay. So my question is 24 and they're all different brands, I guess, or
Yeah, they're all different. Either different brands or different versions from those different distilleries.
got it. So here's my question. The question
Yes.
is, at the end of the 24 days, you've not taken any notes, but do you have any feelings about which ones were best or worse?
Yeah, like if I had ones that like I'm like, oh, this is particularly good, then I'd probably take note of it, of like, which one was this?
Okay.
I mean, can't you just save the bottle so you remember what?
Well, it's very complicated because the bottles don't tell the name of what it is. You have to like you pull it out and then it has a number on it, which is different than the day number.
It's the
So you
sample
pulled it out
number
of-
or
This
whatever.
already feels like work.
And then
This
you have
is
to,
why
like,
I just
you
bought
have
a
to get
bottle
your
of
sheet-
wine.
Right, you have to get your sheet out to tell you what number that
Sure.
corresponds with.
Okay.
And it's too much work is what it ends up being. So I just take the little bottles out, I pour them into my glass with my fancy ice cube,
Uh-huh.
like the big ice cube. Like you don't want the little ice cubes. You have to get like the big
Is
ice
that one
cubes.
big ice cube? It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
It
one
looked like-
big
oh,
ice
that
cube.
one, it looked like 2.
No, it's one big ice cube.
Okay. Oh, it's a square.
So
It's a
you
big
do
square ice
take
cube.
notes. You're just not taking notes every time. If there's one that's particularly good, you will write it down in the book and be like,
Correct.
okay.
Correct.
That's what I was surprised when you said you weren't taking any notes, because it seems like it's a good opportunity to
I'm
collect
honestly
data.
surprised you didn't start a spreadsheet.
I mean,
Right.
I could. I think that's a valid concern here.
Right. You can do
Um,
more with the spreadsheet.
You're making me feel bad about myself
Good.
as a person
That's
right
the
now.
whole point of the show.
That's where
Yeah,
I'm going here.
Yeah. So, but I'm just drinking them. I've decided to just drink them.
Right.
It's working out pretty well.
I saw a similar advent calendar, but it was for hash rosin,
Sure.
but I didn't get it.
Celebrate the season.
It was it was probably a lot more than that calendar. How much is it? How much is a whiskey advent calendar?
Not cheap.
Like 600.
Oh,
$600.
that's more, but it's
Right.
yeah, it's probably twice
Okay.
what the advent calendar is.
Not nothing.
Not nothing. Not
Right.
nothing.
Right. Same concept
But-
though.
Same I mean, it's a solid concept.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I thought about it, but I was like, also.
Right. Also, you're Jewish, so it's
Right.
almost sacrilegious to have
You
that
don't think
advent
that
calendar.
we call them Hanukkah countdown calendars.
Do you?
No.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
We
call
just
them a
write
Han-
over it. We cross out whatever the words are on it.
Oh
and
no, we
write-
got Sabrina got a Hello Kitty one because
Okay.
that's her new hotness is Hello Kitty.
Wait, there really is something called a Hanukkah countdown
I
calendar?
mean, I figured
They
dates
just say-
are the
they just-
same
actually,
for
they-
Jews as they are for Gentiles.
They actually most of them just say holiday countdown calendar on them now. They don't actually say advent calendar.
So it's just a thing with holes in it, with
Yeah.
surprises inside.
and you get a prize every day, and it just lets you know when the first night of Hanukkah is going to be.
Right.
And-
Okay.
Which happens to be the same day as Christmas this year.
It
So
was a big win for advent calendars. This
it
year.
was a big win for advent calendar.
And for cultural appropriation.
Yes, of course, Sabrina did take her calendar, just open it up and take everything. So I'm like, you kind of
Oh, wow.
It.
Jew.
What?
Typical
Yeah,
Jew move.
That's a very like
I was very unhappy about that. Elliot is still doing his every day.
right.
so-
At the very least,
Good
you
Jew,
have to
good
like
Jew.
you have
Good
to
Jew.
like fall behind a couple days and then have to catch up. Like,
Mhm.
That's
yeah.
fair.
oh no, I'm a couple days behind on this bourbon. I better catch up.
And hers was more expensive than his, and she's just like, nope, I'm just opening it. So, but whatever.
So
We have- We
imagine
have a
that
lot of them.
you had a lot of the advent calendars.
That does not surprise
We
me.
have we have
It's a big
multiple
business.
ones. It's a big deal.
Because most of
got-
them probably are not $300 to $800.
Oh no. Like Mrs. Shipwreck has a wine one.
Right.
It's like a small bottle of wine for every day.
Right.
And then the kids have they're like the nano figs. Like my
Right.
son has one of the nano figs, the metal,
Yeah, I saw
Ninja
that one. at
Turtles
Target.
one.
I saw that.
the Ninja Turtles one. It's pretty solid actually. Like,
Well, it should be. They're metal figures.
Yeah,
so this is like
yeah.
a huge business. I feel like
Oh yeah,
we can make
yeah.
some
Oh, yeah.
money here if we come up with the right concept.
He's got that one, and then he also has like the Marvel Lego one, the Spider-Man one.
That's a quality one too.
It's a good one as well. Like sometimes you get ones and you're like, what am I building here? This I don't recognize what in the world I'm building here. And you're like building like a trash can from New York City.
We got
the iconic New York City trash can.
The new one? Because they just changed. They just came out with a new one.
I think it's the old one.
It's already out of date.
Yeah.
Elliot got rocks.
Did you make that yourself?
It's a rock a day.
You just went in your backyard.
He wasn't very good this year.
He gets a rock a day.
A rock a day.
If I told you he didn't love it and gets excited to look and see what his new rock is going to mean,
that's fine.
They're nice rocks, though. They're not just like rocks you took out of the driveway.
No, they're like they're minerals and crystals. And
that's cool. But it would be good if you also just took them out of your backyard.
It would be pretty funny, and he would probably still like it.
How about a dog shit calendar? You'd also get that out of your yard.
I could definitely get that out of my backyard. Yes.
How about I want to come up with like the $1 million concept. How about like a fleshlight advent calendar? And it's like 24 different artificial vaginas.
No, I don't think anyone wants that.
What? You don't think people like artificial vaginas?
No.
24 different ones.
It's supposed to be small anyway. They do. I have seen like the adult.
What, the vaginas are supposed to be small?
I've seen an adult toy advent calendar.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I knew it was a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
But were they all?
You can put whatever you want.
Were they all artificial vaginas? Because I feel like that's really the concept here.
They were mostly like female stimulation.
Got it. Just so like a big board with like 24 poles sticking out of it.
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
Right.
Sit here.
Jump up and down.
Jump up and down.
Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of judging, like things, we're coming up off the successful New York Growers Cup 2024.
Nice.
Where I operated the slideshow and didn't fuck it up. It was like 700 people at a Live Nation venue where there was.
Did you create the slideshow too?
Did I what?
Did you create the slideshow?
I did not create that slideshow because that slideshow was like top secret and it had the winners on it. So I created the writing for some of the slideshows, but not the particular slideshow that I operated. Does that make any sense? There were a lot of slideshows. There were a lot of slideshows, somewhere in movie form. But the one for the actual awards where you're announcing like first, second, and third place in different categories and people coming up on stage and stuff, that's a slideshow that has to be done by a person with who knows what's going on. But I successfully operated a PowerPoint slide and announced in Michael Buffer style that people should get ready to smoke. And no, if you say that, then the lawyers immediately come running through the door.
I know.
And 80-year-old Michael Buffer, who looks like a zombie, is gonna put some curse on you. Anyway, it was a great event. I got this shirt from. Actually, I didn't get it from the event. I ordered it mail order, but I met the people who make the shirt at the event.
I still have no idea what it means, but I'm glad that you like it. And that's
someone in the chat. Did you see someone in the chat knew what it meant?
I saw that. I'm impressed that there are people that know what it is. I think it's obviously that means that you're cooler than I am.
It means that's $20.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but again,
it's Gak. Gak is graffiti art king. So when you see
Gak is made by Nickelodeon.
Well, they'll probably trust me if they can figure out. They probably want to sue. Somebody wants to sue somebody, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But Gak is graffiti art kings, and then so if you see Kest on it, that's one of the members. That's the guy's name, like a graffiti name. His tag, his handle. I don't know really the proper terminology, but so Kest is the guy's name. There's Ribs, Kest. There's a bunch of different people. No, that's
Alfalfa.
that's the Little Rascals.
Oh,
did I say Ribs? Gouch,
Rib,
Detour,
Darla.
There's a few others, but
Darla.
I also bought at the New York Growers Cup. I bought this Best Buy logo that says the old Best Buy logo that says.
Is that that's a Best Buy logo?
You didn't
recognize it.
Yes, you did.
I didn't recognize it.
Stop it. Best Buy recognized it because apparently they sent them a cease and desist to their Instagram. But
right.
I bought like a sign of this that's like a reflective from a construction, like a repurposed construction sign that just looks like this. I could have got it and showed you, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, we can do that.
It's in the window. So here's a funny follow-up story. I put it in my window facing outside so people can see it. It looks like the stickers that are all over the city. So my plumber had to come the other day, and he came up and he's like, "Hey, I saw that Kest Gak thing in your window." He's like, "Are you Kest Gak?" I'm like the opposite of Kest Gak, so he's like, "What does that mean?" And I got to explain what it meant and everything.
So this means nothing to anyone in Ohio.
I don't think it means much to people on Long Island either.
I mean, anyone who goes into the city and sees there's like hundreds of thousands of these GAC stickers all over the city, and like not just Manhattan, but like all the boroughs, and even beyond that, people have taken them and putting them all over the world. So it's famous, infamous, whatever.
Stickers.
But they were originally graffiti writers, but now the new way of doing it is you just make the stickers and you do it. It's a lot easier and you have a less chance of getting arrested and you can just cover a lot more ground.
Sure. You can just take the stickers off.
You just take them off and stick them on and then you walk away. Like, is what I'm saying. You can sort of do it low
stickers.
Key. You know how stickers work. You do know how stickers work.
I do know how stickers work.
Wait, stickers? What the hell is that?
Apparently, like graffiti artists, the main point of the graffiti artist is just getting their name as many places as possible. And so the stickers accomplishes that goal. I'm not an expert, but these guys were a guest on the I Smoke New York podcast, and I had to do some research. And so I know some stuff, but I probably get some stuff wrong because I'm an old white Jew. But that's the story of GAC.
So how do I get in the sticker game?
How do you get in the sticker game? You print up stickers.
Okay.
You go to what is that? That octopus company, the ink.
Why they
then you just order like 100 stickers for $3. I think is what they do.
Well, you're gonna have to get a lot of stickers because you gotta put them. You're gonna want to put them in places
I'd say you start
where
with
people.
100 for about $3.
You're gonna want to put them in places where people
Don't
can
forget to
see
use your
them.
company's logo. It's great for company retreats and family reunions.
We're not sponsored by them.
Oh, we're not.
As far as I know, maybe you are on the DL.
I didn't even get the company name right.
I feel like I just don't understand.
So you are being sponsored by them.
Uh-oh.
I don't understand the relevance, I guess, of putting stickers places and what that does for you.
Because they do it, from my understanding, is that these guys do it for recognition. They just want people to wonder, like, what the fuck, literally, like, what the fuck is Kest Gak? That I read an interview with this guy recently with Kest, and he said, literally, I want people to like either be annoyed by it or wonder what it is, or just, I don't know. They wanted their names in people's faces and just to like get recognition for putting their stuff in places where it can be noticed.
Sounds stupid.
And usually it's in places that are usually not pleasant, not pleasant to look at, like the backs of street signs that were normally just like a plain piece of metal or stuff like that. So the way they look at it is like they're putting up like a free art gallery for people at their expense. And
like it's their expense of like ordering some stickers.
It's a lot of money though. How much do you think like 300,000 stickers cost?
Like $30.
They're good stickers that are like not going to come off in all weather and stuff.
Good stickers.
$35.
I think it's probably substantial. But anyway,
I don't understand this business model, I guess.
Okay, so every time someone sees
it's not a business model. It's not a business
they make
model.
5 cents.
It's not a business model. That's the point. They do sell these shirts, like, but like some of the guys don't give a shit. Like it's just they're not doing it for the money. The money is not the reason why they do it. I'm pretty sure they all have real jobs, and this is just like a thing that they do. They're all friends with each other. They've been doing it since the 80s.
They all work in finance.
Right.
You should go on YouTube and just type in, I don't know if you could find it, but on the I Smoke New York page, there's a video of them talking about how they were thought that Ben, our friend Ben Gilbert, was a cop. And it's very funny.
I think everybody thinks Ben Gilbert's a cop.
I still think he's a cop.
I would think he was a cop.
No, that's a joke. But anyway, whatever. I bought some graffiti street art and that t-shirt. And did the New York Growers Cup. And all these things were great.
Good.
Thank you. What else is going on?
I went to Pincinnati again. We've talked about that before.
Bowling. I love bowling.
How is it again?
Pincinnati is great. It's a play on words, GP. It's not about bowling. It's about pinball tables in Cincinnati.
Oh, I was way off.
You're way off.
Yes.
But it's at our local Holiday Inn, and I don't know. There's a lot of pinball tables. It's fun. We played. Have you ever played it's called a Revolution 8?
Revolution X?
No.
That's a light gun game. I played
that. That is a light gun game with Aerosmith. This is with Roman numerals.
No.
So what it is, like there's a lot of unique stuff there. Like they have a lot of the new Stern pinball tables. So it's called all the new Godzilla and Foo Fighters and the X-Men like 97 table. If you haven't played that, that's fantastic.
Is that a new table?
It's a new table.
Got it.
It's a new table. It's super fun because it has like the Sentinel and it like actually like has like arms that like grab onto the pinball and everything. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
But then they have like a lot of old stuff too. And there's like this cocktail table where 4 players sit down around this cocktail table. And then when it's your turn, the entire pinball table like rotates to you.
Oh, I saw it. What was that called?
Revolution.
Oh, that's Revolution 8. That's the name of the pinball table.
Yeah, I think that's the name of it, which is a crazy idea. Like, who in the world needs a sit-down pinball table where we're too lazy to like swap out players that we're just sitting around? But I love that it exists.
It's designed to get attention in an arcade, I guess, right? Because
I don't even know if is it something that you go into an arcade for? It doesn't even seem like it would fit into an arcade.
I don't know.
Really?
I was in a Dave and Buster's last night, and they had a giant hungry hippo. So
that's a fun game.
So
the giant hungry hippo is a good game.
So I'm like, this seems like a similar concept.
That's a ticket winner there. The hungry hippo game. Mm-hmm. Played that. Played some like there was an awesome like 1934 World's Fair table.
Whoa.
Where it was a World's Fair like jigsaw puzzle where it didn't have flippers at all. Like the whole thing is like you launch the ball and then it like does like a full round around the whole table and then it lands inside of I don't basically like little slots, like similar to like when we grew up, the little handheld like where you'd launch the little balls and it'd land into the little cups type of thing. But as you did that, like there was a jigsaw puzzle down below that would flip over the puzzles, like puzzle pieces, to form the whole jigsaw. And it was like it was crazy, like that was like a 1930s type of like it was awesome.
Cool.
Like, and then they had all the 80s and 90s pinball. And then there was a video game like a vendor there, which was super good because everybody's there for the pinball. And so like I just went there and just like bought a whole bunch of stuff like that was good, that was cheap because nobody was there to buy video games.
Right. Oh, a game vendor, not a pinball machine vendor.
No, like are
they selling them there too?
They do.
Okay.
So
that's
like
the point of the expo, basically.
Most of the tables there are for sale as well.
Got it. Okay.
So like I got lucky to get out of there without buying a Scooby-Doo pinball table. Like every year it's like a struggle of like, am I coming home with one of these thousands of dollars of pinball machines?
Right. It takes up so much space and you have to fucking get it in the house and all that shit.
And then you have
but it's right down the street too. Like this is literally like 5 minutes from my house where this occurs.
Right. Still got to move it.
But it's great. Like
how much does a Scooby-Doo machine cost? Like $3-4 grand?
I think it's closer to $6.
Oh.
Wow. That's way too
much.
It's
like 10 hash calendars.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
But is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
$6,000 is too much for a pinball table.
But it's cheaper than what it is at retail.
I do not care.
But it's Scooby-Doo.
But it's Scooby-Doo.
I can't imagine it's worth $6,000.
Probably is.
I don't think so.
Probably is.
How many quarters is that?
Like, you think I'm gonna like charge people quarters
No,
coming to my house
that
to
was-
like play these?
Wombat wants to know when you're gonna get your money back.
That seems as good as a business venture, like a business model, as these stickers
Kest
are.
Gak, yeah.
They're not in it for the money. They're just trying to fuck shit up and put their name on.
Yeah,
And,
but
and have people come up
it
to them and go.
seems expensive.
Yeah. Yes.
But like at the same time, like
Oh no. There are very few things that you could say cost $6,000 that aren't expensive. And it's like this Lamborghini's only $6,000. Then I'm like, oh, that's a cheap Lamborghini. But a pinball table for $6,000 feels expensive.
I feel like you need to play the X-Men machine.
That's fine. I'm still not spending $6,000 on it.
Maybe you should.
No.
Maybe you should.
Where are you gonna put it, Wombat?
No way.
What if Shipwreck bought it for you? Where would you put it?
I would have no place to put it.
The basement. You can
literally
put it in the
just have-
basement.
My basement's a disaster. Although that's part of the next week plan is to clean the basement.
You'd have a basement sale. Just like people come in and just throw price tags on everything. Don't even have to move it outside.
It's called a garage sale.
No, but do it in the basement. That way you don't have to move anything outside.
Estate sale.
But you're still living there.
So they don't need to know that.
All right.
This
Is that
estate
enough?
sale is limited to the basement.
Ooh, that's a nice couch. Not for sale.
Right.
What about the dogs? The dogs are for sale.
Depends. But how
Maybe
much
that
money you
one.
got.
Maybe that one.
Maybe the little one.
Oh.
All right. Should we do some show feedback?
Do we need to do this show?
We'll just do it
feedback?
really quick. A bunch of people wrote in complaining about Wombat's mic. We've tried a bunch of different solutions, like pretty much the obvious ones that you would ask ChatGPT. If you have any suggestions, then feel free to like send them our way. Wombat, what kind of computer do you have? That might help people if we can put them to work for us. You know, like the brand, even like
yeah,
the brand.
Ooh, that is a good question. I think it's a Dell.
You got a Dell, dude? I mean, dude, you got a Dell.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Dell. It's fucking us up.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is a Dell.
If anyone has any ideas like what could be causing like a gating issue with a shitty fucking Dell that Wombat got from his office, please let us know.
How's Dell doing these days? I haven't heard a lot
You
about
can
Dell.
hear how they're doing. They fucking can't do shit right. Whatever happened to Michael Dell? How come, is he like living on Mars like all these other billionaires? What's going on? Do you have a spaceship?
Yeah, I'm sure he, called it quits a long time ago.
The hell? All right, let's do.
I feel like I haven't thought about Dell in a long time.
Right,
Like,
and they were big. Michael Dell and Dell, like he was up there.
I
with, like,
remember
the elite.
buying. I
what
remember
he's
those
up to.
commercials they got me. I remember getting that box with the cow print on it.
that's Gateway.
Oh, that's Gateway. You're right.
You
Sorry,
motherfucker.
I'm the worst. I'm gonna see myself out
His
now.
net worth is 113 billion. Okay, so he probably does have a spaceship. What is he doing now, though? He
The
stepped
crap,
down.
Gateway still a thing?
There you go. Bad Gateway.
I had no idea the Gateway was still like making computers.
I don't know what he's doing now. It doesn't really say what he's doing now, but he has 113 billion or something like that. So,
I can get this 14.1 inch laptop Gateway at Target. What do you think it's going to cost me to get a 14.1 inch Gateway laptop at Target?
$499.
$179.99.
It's like a Chromebook, though. It's a
I think
Chromebook,
that's a good
right?
one.
Isn't that a
That's good one?
Chromebook? Is it a Chromebook?
It is a Chromebook,
Okay,
but
okay.
oh wait, one of them's a Chromebook. I can get the Chromebook for $159.
Oh,
If I don't want the Chromebook and just want that Intel Celeron, which how are we still like we haven't rebranded Celeron in the last
I think they had
like,
to dig that up
30
somewhere.
years?
No, I think they haven't. I think they dug that out of a fucking garbage can somewhere.
All right, so I can get four GBs of RAM and 128 GBs of storage
That's all you need.
in silver for $180 at Target.
You should get two.
Like this is what computers are these days.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think that's it?
Well, there's like $4,000 gaming PCs you can get and
You
more.
think that's running Fortnite? This Gateway 14.1.
Streaming.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Streaming. You could stream Fortnite on that.
You can watch videos about Fortnite on it.
This is amazing that these are still things at this point, right? Like,
who's buying those?
Kids. It's a perfect computer for someone who needs to take a computer to school.
Right.
$150 for a computer, $180 for a computer.
Yes,
that's insane.
You could write your term paper on it. Not everything is for playing games, and not everyone can. There's different strokes for different folks. But whatever, I'm not going to get into that.
Right. Some people like that 24-day vaginal calendar.
Exactly.
Some people just only need one.